Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.
We are the nation of domination.
We're going to call that? It's game.
The Chiefs now, with 1:48 to go, have first.
The haters were saying that the Chiefs would never make the playoffs. The haters were saying the Chiefs were done.
What is up? What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy, Bird Gang 31, and welcome to the season recap. You know, it didn't end right. The Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champions, 38-35. How's everybody doing today? I just wanted to recap the season with you, because I haven't really got a chance to get on here and talk to you guys one-on-one and get your opinions on how you guys feel about the season. What you guys like, what you guys didn't like. We're going to get into, the coaching losses. We're going to get into the Super Bowl, obviously. And we're going to tap into a little bit of the free agency. So make sure you guys hit that like on the way in. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. We're on that road to 10K and trying to get there as soon as possible. So how's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. We got EC1 in the building. Mrs. Bergen dropping those links as always. Yes, thank you guys for watching, because I cannot do this without you. There's going to be a lot more content coming. I just been on a little break. I was a little heartbroken the Eagles didn't win. It took me a minute to really, chill out, watch some things, see how it went, and, move forward. So, but we got it going on. There's going to be a lot of new content coming on. How you doing, Nina? How you doing today? Hope everything is well with you and your mom there. You guys are great. Thanks for all the support. So let's get into it, man. We're going to recap this season. We're going to start with the Super Bowl. First off, great season. Thank you, guys. This is my second season finishing on this YouTube thing with my Eagles Nation. It's so awesome, man. I cannot do this without you guys. And salute to you guys. You guys are the real champions out there keeping this content flowing. The Eagles, I said it was going to be a special season. I said it was going to be a very special season, and it was a special season. There's a lot of records that were broken. The Eagles were number one seed in the NFC, and we're that close to winning the Super Bowl. So it was definitely a very special season. We are still built different. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You got a lot of haters out there right now saying that, oh, Eagles are frauds and all this whatnot. We were still a great team. We did our thing, and we just came up a little bit short. There are some reasons why we came up short. I'm not one to point fingers. I'm not one to point fingers at all. But there are some reasons why we lost the Super Bowl. I'm gonna take the L. I'm gonna take the L. As it comes. But the referees, man, they got to get better. Two things I want to get mad with the NFL about in terms of the Super Bowl is one, referees got to be on point. There were so many missed calls, so many calls that weren't made, throughout this game. And when the game is online, to call that flag, as you guys seen that in the opening video, that was kind of a little ticky tacky, and that definitely don't need to be in there. Two, the field itself. We got aggressive pass rushers, but they're slipping and sliding. I remember a couple plays where you seen Sweat and Reddick sliding off the edge. Like, that can't be happening in a Super Bowl game. Period. That can't be happening. The field should be up. These are billion-dollar teams, with plenty of money to make sure fields are going to be, top notch going into a Super Bowl game. So, those are two things I do not like about how the Super Bowl went. And I think that the NFL really needs to take a hard look and see what the hell they missed on that one. Let's get to the game. Like I said, I showed some calls there. There was some calls. Now everybody wants to say, that the Eagles are crybabies. We're crying about what didn't get called, what did get called. Some of the biggest plays of the game, one being, boom, Jalen Hurts on the fumble. Look at this blatant face mask. That was not called. It was a scoop and score, not called in the Super Bowl. That is a face mask if I've ever seen it. I know Jalen or no one are really even talking about that. They accept the fumble, they accept the touchdown, but that was something I am very pissed off about. That was a blatant face mask on that fumble play, and we should have never even gave up the ball. They should never had that touchdown. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's over. But that is something I want everybody to understand that play was not just on Jalen. We also got that pass interference. I just showed you the clip earlier, and that was another one that was just like Juju didn't even think it was an interference. He was running back to the huddle like nothing went on. And I think that was a ticky-tack call. If you don't call that, you throw the flag in that first 5 yards when he was doing the grabbing. You don't wait till the ball is overthrown, there's no chance for a touchdown, and then call a flag like that. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. That was some BS. It cost us the game. Like Kelsey said, that was it. They called that. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And that's what it was. It was a wrap after that one. So those are two big calls in the game. Besides that, you got to give it up to Kansas City's offensive line. I thought this defensive line was going to go in there, break their sack record. We've seen Cincinnati go in there and get some sacks on these guys. We cannot get one sack on Patty Mahomes. One sack on a guy. So, that was another big problem with the Super Bowl. The reason why we lost this game, the defense wasn't getting home all game long. And I really didn't like that about the game, too. So, other than that, Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts, I don't care what people think. Because right now, after the Super Bowl, this is how everybody sees it. You see Patty Mahomes over Jalen Hurts. I still believe my quarterback's the best in the league. I don't care about Patty Mahomes. I don't care about his MVP. I don't care about Super Bowl MVP. And I don't care that all the fans are going to say that Patty's better than Jalen. To me, I love my boy Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? He is the number one quarterback in this league. You know what I'm saying? Hands down to me. He played a phenomenal game. A phenomenal game. There's no other quarterbacks that did what he's done, No other quarterback that did what he did in the Super Bowl, man. This guy is the king of the hill. This guy's the cream of the crop. I cannot say enough. The only player in history to produce 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowls and lose. His game was stellar. Some people don't want to give him the credit for outplaying Mahomes, but He did. He did everything he needed to do to win this football game. And that's why I don't really look at that penalty as being, I mean, that fumble as being that big of a deal, even though there was a penalty that didn't get called. But, he played lights out as we expected our, MVP quarterback to play. And I loved every moment of it. What up, D. Aldridge? How you doing today? How you doing? Yes, it is hurts, hurts, hurt all day, baby. Fly, Eagles, fly. But so all this hate on Hurts, now the next thing is, is he getting paid? Is Jalen Hurts going to get paid after this phenomenal Super Bowl? And how much are you going to get paid? They said they're going to back up the Brinks truck from. They said that the money is not an issue. And if it's not an issue, we need to go out there and pay this man. We need to give Jalen Hurts, a top 5 quarterback salary. Anywhere between the 47 to $50 million a year range. That's where I'm looking at for Jalen Hurts. That's what I think he needs to get, and he deserves to get. Give him a Patty Mahomes deal. Give him that deal, that 10-year, $47 million deal. Let him be our quarterback of the future. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's silence the critics and get him paid like the top, quarterback in this league, like he deserves to be. So, the Eagles got decisions to make. I don't know how you guys feel on the decisions, but I believe we need to go ahead and pay the man. Let's not wait. I know he got 1 year left on his contract, but let's not use that 4th year. Let's go ahead and sign him now. Because once you sign, Allen Burrows, once you sign Lamar, and once you sign some of these other cats, man, it's going to get really expensive trying to sign a Jalen Hurts. So you need to be the first one out the door with that, Howie. I know they said that they were talking about an extension already. So hopefully that extension can get done and we can put this to bed. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts is that dude. Jalen Hurts is that guy. And the time is now to go ahead and get that contract filled out. So, Howie, do your job and do it ASAP. I think Jalen Hurts deserves, a good contract, anywhere between that $47-50 million a year. If you understand how to work the contracts like Howie does, you can give Jalen enough upfront money to really, push this back some, where we can still have a, legit team over the next couple of years and still be, going for that Super Bowl, because our team is loaded, guys. Our team is loaded. Don't let anybody fool you and thinking that's just because we got some free agents, our team's loaded. Our team's not going to be loaded. So we got a lot of good players coming back. We got a lot of young talent on this roster signed already. And we're going to see what shakes, what I'm saying. Before we get into the roster, though, she says, how much do we have in cap? They said with restructures, how it can probably get us anywhere between $25 and $30 million a year. I mean, $30 million free space in the cap this year. So that was a good question. I've been watching people talk about this. Right now, I think we're at $8 million. And I think, restructuring like a Slay, like a Lane Johnson, some of these veteran guys out there, we can, especially if Kelsey retires, we can really open up some cap space and get it. If Howie had $5 million, you best believe we're going to have some new players on the team. Howie's a wizard in this. He's the god of caps and contracts. So he's going to definitely keep this team loaded for the next couple of years, because we got a lot of young talent, to match that. But before we get into that talent, I want to talk about some departures here, guys. And a lot of people were happy with these departures from our team. We'll start with JG, for instance. A lot of people are happy that JG is gone. But the grass is not always greener on the other side. We got to really look at this, man. He just produced one of the best defenses the Eagles ever had, ever in NFL history. One of the best defenses, period. And now he's off to Arizona. He didn't even get back on the bus to Philly. He stayed in Arizona, where he's the new head coach. And salute to him. I know he's taking Nick Rallis with him. So that's our linebackers coach and our defense coordinator going to Arizona right now. I know the Eagles are looking for some replacements out there, but the grass is not always greener, guys. There's not that many great defensive head coaches out there right now. There's not that many. So we got to really hope that the Eagles make the right decision and pick the right player I mean, the right coach to come in here and coach this team full of stars. Because yes, we're gonna have a lot of young talent. Some of these stars aren't going to be here next year, but we're still gonna have enough talent to be an elite defense next year. And looking at this list, man, Jared Mayo. We want to go try to pluck Flores from Pittsburgh. There's not very many, top end coaches. I know people want Lovey Smith. Frazier's available. It's like, are the Eagles going to go the young route, up and coming coach, or are they going to go with, a veteran coach? Where I really think we need a veteran coach for sure. I really do think that. He said the division, BG division, trying to keep us down. Yeah, they're trying to keep us down, but we ain't staying down. We one of the best. We were one of the best this year. I think fully next year. Especially with the enemy going to Washington, I think we're going to be still a top division in this league. Coming next year for sure. Like we're going to have a good division again, and we're going to have to really bring our A game coming into the next season for sure. He said, sway with me and Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith will be a good candidate. I'm saying he'll be a good candidate. I don't know if he wants to be a head coach again or not, but I think that would be a good candidate. And Jared Mayo. I like Jared Mayo. You see what DeMeco Ryans did over there in San Francisco, a former, Pro Bowl linebacker that's, taking the coaching ranks, and now he's going to move up that ladder. I think he's a head coach now. Jared Mayo was another one of them all-pros from doing New England Patriots that's doing a good job over there. So maybe that would be something different. He got to study under the lights of a Bill Belichick, all your, coaching career. And I think, that would be great to see a guy like Jared Mayo come over here. Philly the podcast. What's up, my guy? Thanks for stopping by. How you doing? Eagles content creator. So, Jared Mayo will be one of my candidates. Frazier will be another one of my candidates. And the rest is just up in the air. Do we want to get anybody else that's in-house? Lovey Smith, maybe we can get a Lovey Smith out there, but we got to pick the right guy. We can't go backwards from here. We let our coach walk out that door. We can't go backwards on defense, period. Like our defense is way too good this year to go backwards. I do want a more aggressive coach. I think that was look at the numbers and a guy like Vance Joseph over there with the Cardinals. That guy blitzes a lot, and I think that will be something that this team can benefit from. Is a little bit more blitzing, a little less of the coverage, a little mixing it up. Because you got your first time coaching Gannon, who actually did a decent job up in here. We hated him most of the time, but at the end of the day, we got to give him his flowers for doing what he did with our defense. So, getting another guy in here is going to be kind of tough, man. I think people think it's something simple. It's going to be kind of tough. To get the guy that fits the most, that fits the best, and that can come in here and really change the culture of this defense and be a more aggressive attack style defense. That's what I would like to see moving forward here. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to definitely see what happens with that. And then our other coach here, Shane Steichen, new head coach. Shout out to Shane, offense coordinator, called all the plays here. Did a phenomenal job. We had a first time 1,000-yard receivers. Jalen Hurts had a hell of a year. All of our skill position players kind of topped out this year. So you got to give this guy some credit. I know it's still a Nick Sirianni offense. Like, that's one thing I will say. The Shane move's not as big as the Gannon move, because I do know no matter who we do get it. Whether we elevate Brian Johnson or we go get another coordinator, still going to be a Nick Sirianni fingerprint on the offense. So we're going to still get some of the same stuff. Hopefully we can find someone just to throw in a couple more wrinkles that we don't normally have there on here. He said, Philly loves blitzing. Yes, we do. We love blitzing. We love getting after the quarterback. We love hitting people in the mouth. That's just a Philly thing. That's how we roll. And we want to see a little bit more of that coming into the future. So, like I said, I'm not really worried too much about the Shane move, but I am a little bit more concerned about the Gannon move, because everybody hates them, rightfully so for some of the season. But when you produce the best, it's hard to just be like, okay, that guy didn't do nothing. That guy can easily be replaced. The Eagles defense can keep ticking with the players. It's hard to really say that, knowing the fact that we had such good players and good coaching from Gannon this year. So we're gonna see how the coaching staff done. I know they say Brian Johnson should be the next OC in Philadelphia. Why not move him up the chain, move him up the ladder? He's really close with Jalen. He's been there for 2 years with Jalen right now. He understands what Nick Sirianni is trying to do with this offense. He understands how to put these players in position to succeed. So that will be my top candidate. If he doesn't get it, it'll be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be something that I'd be thinking and be like, whoa, like what is the Eagles thinking? And it better be someone good enough, to, keep us from saying, why didn't you, elevate Brian to that next spot? Because again, it was trash. Jim Schwartz could win the Super Bowl with that defense. Maybe, but we don't know this. Schwartz has some bad years too. So I don't say he's trash. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I don't say he's trash. He said we need a Jim Johnson's defense. Yes, exactly. But the thing is, where's these Jim Johnson type coaches at? Like, we're not finding them. They're not here right now. I don't think there's a defense out there that really, puts fear in defensive offensive coordinators' hearts anymore like we had back with the Jim Johnsons, the Rex Ryans, you know what I'm saying? The hell, Buddy Ryans, all the Ryan family for that matter. There's not these defensive coordinators that are like out for blood, it seems like, anymore in this league. We got a lot of coverage guys. We got a lot of guys that kind of, try to play it smart. Don't want to give up too much to anybody. They understand it's a passing league. You can't be blitzing every single down. To be honest, like, that's another thing I give Gannon. Like, we hate on him so much, and we did, the defense did cost us Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, it's like he cost us Super Bowl doing something that we all wanted him to do. We wanted him to play more man. We wanted him to do a lot more press. We wanted to see this throughout the season. And when you see him come into the playoffs, he played a little bit more man. He played a little bit more of aggressive style defense. But it cost us, man. You don't go a whole season in a soft zone winning these games and all of a sudden get to the biggest game and try to switch it up. Or even in the playoffs, just try to switch it up and think that that's all you're going to do is switch it up, hit that switch. These coaches get paid plenty. They watched us man up on playing. That's why they had the plays that they did to score the touchdowns that they did against us. So it's like one of the things. I don't want a defensive coordinator that worries about the fans. I don't want a defensive coordinator scared, to put people in position to make big plays. Like, I want to see some blitzing. I want to see some aggressive style football, like a Jimmy Johnson or like a Rex Ryan. I doubt Rex Ryan's coming out of the booth. You know what I'm saying? I doubt he's coming out of the booth to coach again, but like that style defense. And we're going to see if there's any of those style, what up, Scoop, any of those style defensive coordinators out there. So we're going to keep our eye out on it. Like I said, the offensive coordinator should be wrapped up. Flores should be the guy. And we're going to see what happens with that defensive side of the ball. But some other good notes, Devontae Smith, is the first player in history to score 100 yards in a national championship and a Super Bowl. You got to get the little flowers out to the people, that did big things. Jalen Hurts, like I said earlier, the first quarterback, 4 touchdowns in a Super Bowl and lose. We still have some really good players this year, guys. We got a lot of young talent. This team's about to reload and be back in that Super Bowl. I think that is my poll question. So if you're on my channel, make sure you go over there, answer the poll questions, and let me know in the chat. Do you guys think this Eagles team, can really hit that next gear and make it back to the Super Bowl back-to-back years? Do you guys believe in it? Let me know in this chat, because I think we can. I think you will see us back in the Super Bowl next year. And that's not just me hyping up the team. There's too much talent on here. Jalen's contract's not going to even kick in for another year, regardless of how much money we give him. And I just think there's enough cushion there to get on the road to Vegas, like DeAldridge says, and go win the Super Bowl. We got to remember last time we went against the Patriots, the juggernaut team. I think it was a Donovan McNabb choke job is the reason why, we lost that Super Bowl. But when we played the Patriots again, we won. So maybe this is the same kind of setup. We go against the new goat and Patty Mahomes, choke job. Didn't get it done this year, but, next year or the year after, I guarantee we're going to be right back there knocking on that door, and we're going to win one over the next 2 years. You guys can clip that, write it down, because it's going to happen, The Eagles too good of a football team. Howie's too good of a GM not to make it happen. I know everybody getting scared with free agency or whatnot, but as long as we got Jalen Hurts, man, Once we got this man right here, King Hurts, you know, as our quarterback, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We're not only gonna be good, we're gonna be great. And you gotta look at we got AJ Brown, Smitty, both of those guys, locked in. Smitty's still on a rookie deal. AJ's got 4 years. We are good there. Dallas Goddard just re-signed. So Jalen Hurts, that dude, man. Like, let's give a second for our quarterback, man. Great Super Bowl. He did his thing out there. He showed you all year long he is not just a running back. This is a legit quarterback. And the biggest debate right now, is he top 10 now? Is he top 5 now? Jalen Hurts to me is number one quarterback in the league. I know everybody wants to say Patty Mahomes, and I won't argue with you why you say Patty Mahomes. He's won 2 MVPs. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's done his thing at the high level. He took his team to playoffs over and over again. What up, coach? So, it's hard to really say against it. But I'm just going off of this year and moving forward. Like that, we know Patty Mahomes' ceiling. We've seen his ceiling. We don't know Jalen Hurts' ceiling yet. If he works as hard as he did last offseason, this offseason, he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback next year and even do better things and break more records than he broke this year. So I'm going like Jalen Hurts is top 2 quarterback in the league. If you want to give Patty Mahomes the number 1 nod, go ahead and do it. But in terms of overall quarterback play, man, and leadership, this guy is just not only a quarterback, he's a running back. He's a leader on and off the field. He's a mentor. This guy can lead an army to any war, and we're going to come out winning because this guy is smart, educated, skillful. I cannot believe that the Eagles have come across a quarterback like this. We are very fortunate, and we are very blessed to have a quarterback like this. And I think it's going to benefit our team for years and years to come, man. This guy's legit, but keeping this quarterback, like you said, it's going to take you like 46, $50 million a year. As you heard Adam say, he let us know straight up. It's not going to be a cheap deal because he definitely did his thing.
It would be an upset if that deal did not get done this offseason. And the advantage that the Eagles have enjoyed having Jalen Hurts under a rookie contract, minimum wage rookie contract, is going to go away. And so all those free agents that you see out there are going to be more difficult to afford once Jalen Hurts gets north of $45 million. To me, that's the starting point. And it may not even be close to the ultimate figure of where it ultimately comes in. He's proven himself as a top 5 quarterback in this league.
Yeah, top 5. After this season, he's top 5. Top 2. Jalen Hurts, that dude. Jalen Hurts will take us back to the promised line. I promise you that. Jalen Hurts is a multiple Super Bowl winning style quarterback. When you think about the new era quarterback, you got to give Jalen Hurts a nod. He's the best. He does it both ways, with his legs, with his arm, at an efficient level. Patty Mahomes had more interceptions, Jalen. Josh Allen, Burrows, all these guys throw more, and they have more turnovers than Jalen Hurts. So, if you can't give him the credit for not throwing as much and still putting up really good numbers, then you got to give him his running game. You got to give him his legs. And if you give him the legs too, man, people, aren't respecting them enough. To be tops at 2 different positions is amazing, guys. Amazing. And that's our quarterback moving forward for years and years to come. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, he's one of the most inspirational quarterbacks there is out there. You know what I'm saying? One of the most, divine. I remember they were showing when they would ask them, what's your favorite quote from Jalen? Listen to these guys.
Let the main thing be the main thing. That's my favorite one. And my second favorite one, make sure everybody check their box, man.
I think the other day they asked him what's his favorite play of the season. He said the season's not over. That's my favorite one.
The standard is the standard. I think I like that one. I like that. Rent is due.
Season not over.
Rain, sleet, or snow, the Eagles gonna go. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
You have a second favorite?
He just recently said something. Somebody asked him what was his favorite player of the year, and he said the year is not over.
Season's not over.
I've always loved the rent is due.
When somebody asked him what was the best player of the season or something like that, and I loved his answer. the season isn't over yet.
What do you think the overwhelming favorite was?
I don't know. Whatever sticks. I have to hear what they said.
They said season's not over.
It's not. It's not.
The confidence our quarterback has. All those things. My favorite, I don't know what, let me know in the chat, what was your favorite quote from Jalen Hurts this year? And mine was rain, sleet, snow, the Eagles here to go. Man, that was my favorite one. Like he dropped, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was like, oh man, like, why you asking me this? He's like, it ain't over yet. Those are two of my favorites, this season. But definitely rain, sleet, snow, the Eagles ready to go. That was my number one. That was like, if I could put that, I'd probably put that in my next intro, when I make my new one because, they're hating on our quarterback, man. People still saying Herbert's better, right? Well, how is that possible? Jalen Hurts took his team to the damn Super Bowl. That means Dak Prescott is not better than Jalen Hurts. That means Justin Herbert is not better than Jalen Hurts. That means Josh Allen is not better than Jalen Hurts. How far can you take your team? If you can't count Super Bowl range, you got to count how far you took your team. And Jalen Hurts in the second year starting took his team to the Super Bowl on a record-breaking, unprecedented way. So right now it goes, to me, for me, Jalen Hurts, Patty Mahomes, Joe Burrows, Josh Allen. But in reality, where everybody's going to say it's going to be Patty Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Burrows, Allen. But those are my top four, straight up. And after that, that's when it kind of goes to the next level. Those are our top four quarterbacks in this league right now. That's going to be shining for their teams for years to come. Those four quarterbacks. But Jalen Hurts is the best one. We got the best one, guys, out of the group. We got the best one. We got the one that hasn't even showed you the elevation to where he can get to. And he is still getting better every single day. And it was only his second year, guys. It's only his second year. We're about to see some magic next year as well. It's not just going to be 1 year magic. It's going to be multiple years of magic from our quarterback. And we're going to be like, one day we're going to sit back here and we're going to be like, is Jalen Hurts the best quarterback of all time? Watch. Mark my words, man. What up, showing up? How you doing today? Watch. I'm guaranteeing it right now. Because he's that dude. He is him. It is Hurts season. All that stuff. The guy is a winner. A straight winner. And that's what you need to get championships. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. So, as far as the quarterback position, I think we're locked in there. We don't got to worry too much about that situation. That's going to be something that we're going to be moving forward with. Like I said, with AJ Smitty, Goddard, and the next thing, Miles Sanders. Is Miles Sanders coming back? How do you guys feel about Miles Sanders coming back? How do you guys feel about that? Because I hear both sides of this. One side saying, okay, Miles is done. He don't want too much money. See you later, my guy. Let's get him out of here. And the other side said, we need to re-sign him. I'm on that side. In terms of the money, the salary cap just went up, right? Jalen Hurts' money doesn't start this year, right? So why not run it back one more time for Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts? He says he likes Miles, but we'll be fine without him. Really, though? Because I think that's how most people feel. EC1 saying, I'm not paying a running back. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you pay a running back? Because think about this, guys. His whole career, 5.5 yards average, right? Whole career. And 1,300 yards this year when we actually gave him the ball. Since Jalen Hurts been a starter, Miles' stock has been rising. Now, if he wants top running back money, no. You better figure it out and realize that 1 year does not get you top running back money, period. Into that story. But if Miles Sanders can take a team-friendly deal, shout out to Joe Castro, too, because I stole this from him. Not really stolen, but he did a top 10 in terms of salary base players. And I want to see on that list what was Miles Sanders here. Which one is this one? $7.2 million. For $7.2 million, I'm re-signing Miles Sanders. I'm giving him a 4-year deal, fully guaranteed. Because Miles, with this best offensive line in football, and Jalen Hurts as his quarterback, is electric. Straight up. He's a straight beast. And I don't want to see, I heard that Denver's already poking their head out. You know, Sean Payton and them boys trying to get, oh, no, is it Sean Payton or Ryan? I think it's Ryan. D'Amico Ryans. They're trying to get him. They want a solid running back because they know what I know, that Miles Sanders is a beast. You know, and to pay him $7.2 million all day, I would give Miles up to $10 million a year. I think he's worth it. I think he is. You know, $10 million a year. That's what I would pay him up to. But if he wants just Christian McCaffrey money, Zeke Elliott money, you know, the $16 million, $15 million, things like whatnot, no. We're not giving you that kind of money, but I'll give you $10 million a year for sure. For sure. He said, Miles Sanders sucks. Dude bounces outside like a mid. Football. No, he doesn't suck, EC1. Come on now. He said, no, I'm not making it back. What up, Simple? How you doing, my guy? Yo, you guys came up with the enemy. You guys might be making the playoffs next year for sure. And that's why we have the best division in football. Go ahead. Go get them. He said, there's a few running backs in the draft that can duplicate the same production behind that offensive line. I'll take a rookie deal for a running back. Okay. And I understand that, sure enough. I understand that. But rookies, you're still banking. I know the last 2 years, for sure, the top rookie running backs came out and balled out. You know, Walker from, Seahawks had a great season. He should have been rookie of the year. Well, he definitely should have been candidate the way he ran that football. And I see you like Gibbs. EC1 likes Gibbs, but there's also Robinson. Now, if the Eagles get Robinson, that would be the only running back in the draft that I would say, okay, don't sign Miles, go get Robinson, and we can call it good, call it even. You know, like it's good. Because Robinson's going to be that dog this year. I promise you that. The way that boy runs, the production he had this year is amazing. You know, so that will be one running back. But other than that, man, $7 million ain't nothing. You know? That's if you're being cheap if you're not trying to give him 7 to 10. Now you're just being cheap. Miles already knows the offense. You know? Miles already knows it. Miles already understands the offense. And you want to keep elevating the game to the next level, the next level, and the next level. And how you do that is consistency. It's consistency. You don't want to be shuffling key players. You know, you don't want to be shuffling key players around. Miles is a key player, regardless of what anybody says. You know, Miles is a key player. 1,300 yards, you can't replace that just easily. You know, and all the good running backs that are coming in free agency, they're gonna want more money than Miles Sanders is gonna want. So if I was the Eagles, I'll let Miles test the waters. Offer him 7 to 10 million. Like, come back, let's run this thing back. You know, do a nice little 4-year deal, backload the money, you know, guarantee some money, and bring him back, man. Because I think another year when Miles in this offense will make the Eagles offense that much more dangerous for another year. And that's what we got. We got a window, guys. A window. Ooh, how big is that window going to stay open is really the question. How big is it going to stay open? But right now it's open. It's wide open. And you need to keep them. As long as that window's open, keep them. Sign them out. He said, if Miles Smart, he'd talk to Howie and Saquon and take a pay cut and get both of them. But yeah, wow. If both of them wanted to take a pay cut and come, that would be amazing. Just for them to play together, that would be amazing. I would love that if we got Saquon and Miles together, because that's who I wanted in free agency. You know, because I don't really believe. I think people keep thinking about this. running back system. Like there's only certain running backs in this league today. How many running backs can you call lead backs that are featured backs by themselves? No good. Even if you look at Chubbs, he has Hunt. You look at some of these good duels out there. But in terms of one lead dog, the only one I can think of is Derrick Henry. Straight up. He's the only one that's a lead dog. That's a 300 carry type back in this league. But now imagine if Saquon wants to win the ring and he wants to go back and partner up with his former college teammate and Miles Sanders. 1-2 punch. Boom. Let Boston Scott roll. Keep getting Gainwell at the third down back. Now we're talking about a running game. Could you imagine? Saquon and Sanders on the field at the same time. How much stress that will put on a defense. How much stress they will be stressing them out for real. It wouldn't be fair. And that's what kind of run game you need. You need 2 great backs. Hell, you need 3 if you can get 3. When we won the Super Bowl, we had Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount, 2 great running backs. We got right now Miles Sanders, a good running back, and Boston serviceable, Gainwell serviceable. They're not considered elite backs. They're not considered great backs. They're not even at the caliber of a LeGarrette Blount or Jay Ajayi in terms of the league. So we got to be real with ourselves. We need double backs. You know what I'm saying? I believe we should re-sign Miles and still go get Robinson or Gibbs. Either one of the two. Whichever one you can get. Get Robinson or Gibbs. Either one or both. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're going to need moving forward. We need to make sure every single offensive snap we got a legit squad out there that can score from anywhere on the field. That's how you win Super Bowls. Pacheco played good for KC. McKinnon played good for KC. No, Juju played good that game. There's Tony. They got some young bulls out there. And the reason why they're winning the Super Bowl right now. People that make the plays. And we need some more of them players on our team this year. What up, O'Dizzle? He said, re-sign Miles if his team really don't disrespect the 1,000-yard runner. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Close to 1,300 yards this year. Close to 1,300 yards. You cannot take that away. You say any of them. And I remember last year, right? Not just last year, we just passed the year before when Mal was down. Everybody was like, Jordan, give the ball to Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's the guy. Man, did you see the difference of yards per touch when Miles Sanders came back and Jordan Howard still in that lineup? He's more explosive. We need explosive players. We don't need just anybody to fill the position. This is the NFL. You try to win the championship, you need explosive players to do explosive things. So I think either A, go ahead and get Gibbs or Robinson in the draft while re-signing Miles, or B, you just got to go draft and maybe get 2 in the draft. Go get both of them if you can. I know that sounds ridiculous, but people say Howie doesn't sign running backs early. Guess what? Howie didn't sign receivers early. Howie didn't sign, SEC players. And now he does. So times has changed, and it's about winning football. And that's what the Eagles are going to do regardless of what they got to do it. He is injury prone. Saquon is definitely injury prone. What's up, Richard? How you doing, my guy? I see EC1. They're talking back and forth there. Washington got a running back in the third. Yeah, you can find them, man. There's some good running backs out there. He said Gladden and the coach is gone. Yes, we talked about that earlier. But is the grass greener is what you need to really think about. Will we get the guy that's going to come in here and be more aggressive? That's still a lot to be talked about. Because I would like to see Gladden come back for a third year with the players, Continuity is really what you want with a football team. Dizzle with the best offensive line, I can get 1,000. No, EC1, you're not getting 1,000 yards. You're my boy, but you're not getting no 1,000 yards in the NFL. I don't think there are very many backs that are going to just shine like that, because you got to realize with Jalen Hurts, not only did he get close to 1,300 yards with this offensive line and Jalen Hurts, but also you got to look at you don't get as many touches with this offense that we run. Jalen's going to keep the ball some, You still got Kenny Gainwell getting better every single year. If we keep Scott, you got Scott. So you're not going to get that many touches. We don't need a bell cow that needs, you know, 15 to 20 carries every single game before he can produce. We need a guy like a Miles Sanders that any given play can take it to the house. Because you don't know how many touches that running back's going to get in the game. Ain't no sense of paying no big time running back to come here and get 5, 6, 10 carries a game. I think that's going to be good. That's going to be a waste of money. You just need to keep what you got, the continuity going, and go ahead and bring Miles back. He said, I believe we get one running back and number 3 receiver. We smoking everything in the woods. Yeah, facts. We get that for number 1 running back, and and people. Let's talk about that. Whoa. I'm glad you said that, Scoop. Let's talk about that. Do you guys really think it's over? Yes, dual running backs are better, but do you guys really think it's over for Quez Watkins? We know he dropped that pass in the Super Bowl. I know, I hated it. I hate looking at it. But is it really bad enough to say that we need a number 3 receiver? Or do you think he's already came out like a man and said, hey, I had a poor season. And if you listen to what he said, it was more towards the fact that he got slid down the depth chart. It was kind of a Rager effect for Quez. Because Rager took it to another level. He just sucked after we drafted Devontae. But after bringing AJ, and that pushed Quez down that roster, like he said, it was a mental thing. And he said there was some stuff going on off the field, which none of us really know about. But since he brought it into an interview, you got to hold true to some of it. Got to be real. So he said 2 things there. He had a bad season. He wasn't there mentally on or off the field. So who knows what off the field issues there was going on. Plus, he played with a messed up shoulder for most of the season. I'm not giving him any, passes or whatnot. He definitely had a down year from what I expected him to play. But are we really willing to give up on Quez Watkins and move on to another receiver? That's really the question, And I want to know what you guys, he says, Quez. We can draft. There's some good receivers. We can draft one. I'm not saying not to draft one. But he said it's over for Sanders and Quez. They done. Ooh, I don't know, man. He goes, just the idea of having 2 elite running backs, as many AJ, is amazing. Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We need to have 2 elite running backs, 2 elite receivers, 2 elite, whatever we can get. As many elite players as we can. We need to get there. So I'm on board with keeping Quez Watkins one more year, guys. I think Quez knows he had a down year. EC1 saying he sucks. I don't believe that at all. He dropped a couple big drops this year. He's had a couple splash plays here and there. But I think another year, now he's over. He understands that AJ's going to be here. And nothing he can do about that. Then maybe Quez Watkins can take it to that next level this upcoming season. We're going to have a new offensive coordinator that maybe be understanding that when you got this much talent on your offense, you got to think of more schemes to get everybody involved. Everybody has to be involved. There's so many games I wish they would have just threw a deep ball to Quez just to back the defense up, just to put some respect on the offense, deep ball. Because AJ's a slant guy. Devontae's a route running guy. Like all these guys are route runners. It would have been better to see a deep ball threat at least once or twice a game. When we had Deshaun Jackson, we went deep every single game, it seemed like. And you got to use that to your advantage. That will help open up the tight end game. That help all the underneath stuff. That will help all the running game. That help a lot for your offense to get, produce more points. And, anything that can give us an edge is what we need to do. I say, draft the receiver second or third round, and bring Quez back. Bring him some competition, but also keep him on the roster because you can't teach that kind of elite speed, period. He's one of the fastest players in the league, hands down. And you don't just throw away something like that when you got him at your disposal. So I'm keeping Quez. I don't know how he got, so many people jumping off board with him over one, bad season. All the balls were going to Goddard, AJ, and Smitty anyway. So he wasn't really like he was producing. Having that many more opportunities. There's more fish in the sea to get the ball. And I think that was just, that's part of it. Plus, he wasn't mentally there for the season. So, okay, Brown, you're a rookie last year. Yeah, exactly. We got AJ. Resign Quest, stop at EC1. We need the same core, have a new coordinator to keep everything smooth for Jalen. Exactly. Keep your familiar pieces where they're at. We don't need to go into this offseason thinking we got to do some major overhaul, to be competitive next year. We're going to be the best team in this division going into next year, regardless. We've already made our mark there. And most of our nucleus is still here. I think they were showing the free agency here. Let's see. There's Miles Sanders, Kels, and Isaiah Malo as notable free agents on this offense. We're going to get to the defense in a second. That's notable free agents for this offense. That's only 3 players. And let's talk about them. Isaiah Malo, if Kelsey stays, Isaiah Malo is getting replaced by Jorgensen, the rookie center we picked up last year. And if Kelsey leaves, he's going to replace Kelsey as center anyway. And so you really just need to get one offensive line there, one interior offensive line high in the draft, and you can replace that. We've been drafting a good guy once a year for the last 3 years, and I don't see why we can't do it again this year. So offensively, I think we are all set. I believe we need to re-sign Miles Sanders. I hope Kels plays one more year. But if he doesn't, I understand. He got the #1 podcast in America. He's going to be making some money that way. He's doing this thing over there. But let's hope to God that he comes back for one more year. Isaiah Malo can be replaced. I'm not worried about him at all. And the rest of this line is locked up, man. We're great on offense. We're great on offense, man. He's a Kelsey stand, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying that he does, man. Like, I want Kelsey to be here a long time. I'm signing everyone we drafted. Facts, man. Our draft picks, like, people don't realize the difference from this team and the last couple of Super Bowl teams that went to Super Bowl. We got a lot, even the Kansas City Chiefs, we got a lot of less free agents. A lot of this is homegrown talent. You got to think of guys like, Tua Tolopo. I think his brother's coming out of U.S.C. this year too. So bring him and his brother, have both of them on the team. That'd be nice. You got to think of guys like Barnett didn't even play all year long. So we get rid of a DN. We still got a DN there. That Dean hasn't played. Jordan Davis is just going to be, hopefully we get Jordan Davis to hit that next level this year. That defense, let's look at that defense side for a second. We got Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Hargraves, CJG, Bradbury, and Epps. Now, the only guaranteed guy that I would say is a must is CJG, Charlie Gardner-Johnson. We got to re-sign him. He has to come back. Now, Bradbury played good, all-pro second team. I love him. If he wants to go for the cheap, but you already heard him say he wants some money. So I don't know about Bradbury coming back. I think in this draft we got a lot of top-end talent coming out that if we use one of those first-round picks or early second-round pick to pick up one, I think we'd be fine there. But big place play, I think he got 2 more years left on his contract. Or you re-sign Bradbury for a 2 or 3 year deal. So that takes care of the corner. Safeties, there's some really good safeties in the draft this year we can pick up. But with safeties, I feel like if we re-sign Charlie Gardner-Johnson, you got Blankenship back there. You got Kayvon back there. One of these guys can do good enough next year. Plus, we're going to have some free agency guys coming up this year that we got to pluck one to add some depth. We still got Harris in a practice squad to add some depth for that safety. We just got to get CJ back. We get CJ back, the safety situation is going to be smooth, and I'm not worried about it. So those are safety, cornerback, not worried about. With Hargrave, I would love to get Hargrave back, but Hargrave might want some money, and I don't think we're going to give him that kind of money. Brandon Graham already said he would take a team-friendly deal to come back. So if he does that, then, hey, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with it. I think BG should be back. He's a leader on and off the field for our football team. So BG coming back. Fletcher Cox might be time to go for you. I know it's hard to say. He had a great postseason, but I think Fletcher Cox might be done. Hargrave might outprice himself to come back. If he does a good deal, how he can work his magic, we will get him back, but I think he's going to want a little bit more money than the Eagles are going to be willing to get him. Charlie Gardner-Johnson, we definitely got to get back, period, into that story. James Bradbury, it depends what kind of money James wants. If he wants too much money, let's go ahead and get a first round pick in the draft to replace him because there's some good corners. And lately in the draft, these corners have been coming out balling out right from the start. So, and then Epps, you can let Epps roll. You can keep Epps whichever way because Epps is not going to cost you that much money anyway. Some other free agents, I think they're out there on our team. Let's see here. Some notable free agents that we didn't talk about. T.J. Edwards is also on this list. I think T.J. Edwards can be replaced. I don't think he's going to break the bank to re-sign him. So if he wants to take a team-friendly deal to come back, I'm down with that. Another guy I think we didn't talk about was Boston Scott. Now, depending on what you want to do, I think if you bring a guy like Miles Sanders back, you can bring a Boston Scott back. You know what I'm saying? That'd be good for the team, the continuity in that running back room with him. Let him Gainwell and Scott running back for another year. I would like that a lot. Slay needs to restructure contract to make a big splash. Yeah, and I think Slay does need to. I agree with you on that way. I think Lane Johnson needs to as well. There's a couple of guys that, we restructure their contracts to get more players. She said Muhammad Abraham. What is that? Is that a running back? Receiver? I'm not sure about that player. I haven't got my college tape in, but yeah, so this team's not far off, guys. We're right there. Some of these guys are already got guys in the wings. Look at Milton Williams. If you think about Hargrave and Cox, as much as we don't want to see him play, you also need to see a little bit more from Milton Williams. He had a great year this year. Jordan Davis going to come back hungry to play this year. Marlon Tuilopo, whatever his name is, he's going to be back next year to play. We can get a guy in the middle of the draft, a D end of the draft. A D tackle in the middle of the draft to come back and play. So we got some pieces that even if we lose two pieces like that, I don't think it's going to really dramatically make our D line go down because it's the outside players in Reddick that really makes that pass rush go. So he's the best running back. Is he? Because I think Robinson's the best running back. He says he want to replace Edwards. Yeah, Dean. Because I think it's going to be like this with Edwards and Kazir White. Who's going to ask for the most amount of money? That's what's going to come. Whoever asks for the most is going to be gone. Whoever asks for the least is going to stay. Because then we're going to have Dean to come fill in the other linebacker spots. So I'm not really worried about the linebacker spot. He said Letton, Bradbury, Sanders, Epps, Edwards, Kaiser all walk. Dang, he wants everybody to go. He said we need Inbraham with Hurts. Yeah. I might check out some tape on him. He said majority of Mir wants to act like it's over for Philly. Little do they know they're going to hate talking about is for the next 3 years due to our draft picks. Exactly. They're going to be talking about us for a while. Man. We're young. We're not the team that won the Super Bowl in 2017. We're not even the last two Super Bowl winning champions. We're not even the Chiefs when in terms of youth. They got a lot of youth over there, but we got a lot of youth on our team, and we can refill some of those spots. We got what they say 4 or 5 out of the top, 100 players. Come on, man. We're gonna get some really good, talented players on this roster in the draft too as well. So, don't be sleeping on the Eagles. They act like it's all over. They act like we're bums. They act like we didn't just have a historical season. This was a season for the ages. You know what I'm saying? A season for the ages. Yeah, I'm gonna check out some of his film and see about him. Is that the what team did he play for? I'll check him out though. But we got a team for the ages moving forward. And like I said, the Jalen Hurts contract, big signing bonuses can keep us from actually having to worry about his salary hitting our salary cap for 2 years, a year or two, which would be good for this team in the next. I'll keep the window open a couple of years. I'll say that. But Jalen's definitely gonna get paid. He said Robinson's too early to draft. You can get even in 3rd or 4th round. Well, you can, but I want a game changer. Think of all the running backs came out last year. There's a lot of good running backs came out, but really that 1st round pick, or was he in 2nd last year, Walker? Walker was the best, hands down. Every year we had one of those running backs be the best, hands down. And this year, I think it's Robinson, hands down. That dude's going to come in and be a beast off the jump. So I'm going running back, cornerback, or, running back, offensive line this draft for sure. He said this is going to be a big draft for Howie. Yes, it is. Can Howie continue his streak of, really picking up talented players that are going to help our team for years to come? Can he keep that streak going? I think he will. When his coaching staff came through with the, personnel that they came in with, you start seeing that draft kind of switch over. How he started to make the right picks. I think he's going to continue to make the right picks, continue to do his thing at a high level. So I'm not really worried about the draft. Like I said, there's some talented players to have 4 or 5 players in the top 100. It's going to be amazing for this team, and it's going to take us to that next level. Young talent doing big things for this Eagles team moving forward. But there are some guys like Kelsey. I don't want to see Kelsey go. I hope he plays another year. BG would take a decent discount. I want to see him stay. And I want to see how he makes some moves with the 2 draft picks he got, going into this next draft, the first round picks. He says it's like Kenneth Walker. Yeah, that's good, man. If you can get this guy in the 3rd round and go get your cornerback, go get another offensive lineman, and we'll work with that. Either get this guy in the 3rd round if you say he can fall that. If he's that good, because everybody's talking about Robinson not making it that far. They're saying Robinson's a 1st round pick, and that's the difference I'm saying. If you're saying this guy is that good, but he's rated the 3rd or 4th round, then, it would be awesome to get him. But if we can get a Robinson first, then let's go get him. So, the Eagles got a lot of offseason moves to make, but I think we're going to make them. I just want everybody to understand it's not over. It is still just the beginning with this Eagles team. We're going to get better next year. We're going to be more dynamic next year on offense because all the guys are coming back. Our defense, we're going to have to see who comes in here and what style defense he can bring. Do we go back to the 4-3, be a majority of 4-3? Do we stick to the 34? Are we going to still stay multiple? What's going to happen with this new defensive coordinator, new linebackers coach? There's some spots to feel before you can get a full feel. Who's going to come back? Because with this defense, maybe some of those players on defense look good. But with the new defensive scheme, they might not look so good. So that's really going to be, the real telltale is what defense coordinator we get. And who he wants to bring. Like, I think someone's saying Patrick Queen. If he can get a guy like Patrick Queen on our defense, you go do it. But you're going to need, dogs out there. We need some more dogs on that defensive side of the ball. And we're going to have to figure out what kind of defensive scheme we're going to be running. Because I do want to see a little bit more blitzing. At the same time, I don't want to see deep balls on our heads all year long. So there's not that many defensive coordinators out there. And I hope the one we get can come in and understand the situation that he's in and put these guys in the best possible situation to succeed, period. Okay, that's all we want. I want to be back in the Super Bowl next year. And I think we got the roster to do it. The NFC is not as strong as the AFC, so we have a good chance there of doing it. And I see us doing it, man. As long as we have Jalen Hurts, the sky's the limit. Imagine Jalen Hurts taking that next step into his 3rd season starting. Woo! It's going to be crazy. This is our boy, Chris. We won. My new slogan was going to be, we that good. We that good, right? But, yeah, so we got a top 2 quarterback. We still got to have one of the best offensive line. I think they said the power rankings as of right now, the power rankings was Eagles, or did I get that loaded up? Let me see. I didn't get it up here, but I think it said Chiefs 1, Eagles 2. So we're definitely going to go into the season being the 2nd best team with the 2nd best quarterback, as they say, going into the season. So we're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. We're going to do big things, man. We're going to do big things this next couple season. Dizzle, how you doing? I appreciate you. Keep it up to date with the off-season time to lock in on the draft. Yeah, we're going to get some draft stuff going. I'm going to be doing a lot more shorts and a lot more videos this off-season. You guys know me mostly for live streaming. We're going to get a lot of good live stream guests this off-season. We're going to be bringing back the the NFC East Beast show, going to be coming up with another episode hopefully this Tuesday. We're going to be bringing a lot of live stream, but I just want to let you guys know that there will be more video short form content to help this platform grow. We want to be the best Eagles channel there is. There's some great ones out there, but I really feel like, if anybody knows this Eagles team, it's me. I've definitely, told you guys what's going to happen for most of last year. We didn't win this big game. We couldn't be right on that one, but as you see, the things were a little bit off in that scenario. And there's things prevented us, but we're going to be back next year. That's one thing you can guarantee. The content's going to always stay fire, and just be happy, keep our heads up. And another thing, if they are not a Kansas City Chiefs fan, don't let anybody bring you down, period. Because we had the second best team this year. We were the number one team this year. We just came in second place. Not always do the number one team win them Super Bowls, and that was the case for us this year. But that was all a big learning curve for this team. I think it's going to do nothing but make these guys that much more hungrier to do it again next year. We got the talent, and we're going to go out there and put our best foot out forward next year. So Jalen Hurts re-signed, $46 to $50 million a year. I want to see that happen. I think we need to re-sign Miles for $7 to $10 million. Charlie Gardner-Johnson, we need to re-sign that dude. But everybody else, guys, if we don't re-sign nobody else but those three, don't worry, our team will be perfectly where we need to be. Because of free agency, the offseason trades, draft, we're going to have enough firepower to retool this team to get us to where we need to go. So it's going to be nice, man. We just need to first go figure out what defensive coordinator this team's going to use and go from there, guys. So be on the lookout for a lot more content coming out. I'm definitely going to keep pumping them out as much as possible. The main focus is to grow this offseason to help keep you guys informed with all the latest new Eagles updates and Eagles news moving forward. And we're going to get ready for this season. I'm telling you, it's going to be another special one, guys. It's not going to be, a whole rebuild mode. We don't really got to rebuild nothing. We got a lot of young talent in the wings ready to, really make their presence felt. So, sky's the limit, guys. We're going to do some draft. We're going to do a couple of draft simulations on here. We might do a call-in draft simulation. Once we figure out the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator thing, we're going to definitely do some lives about that. I'm trying to get on the phone with LB, Philly Mike, 500, Shakes, all these guys. We're going to do some off-season work. Me and JC Eagles Talk will definitely be working on another show too. So we got a lot of great content coming. But I wanted to get on here and talk about, let's go ahead and put this 2022 season to bed. It's done. It was an awesome ride. I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm keeping my head held high because the Eagles did some things that no one have done in years. So, and it's just the beginning with all these young guys. We're going to be that much better next year. And we're definitely going to be pushing for that Lombardi trophy over the next couple years. So, hey, like I always say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, this was BG. We out. Peace.